everyone, welcome back. We are at the Clearwater Horse Club, so giddy up. Oh, that's so good! Hey everyone, here we are chatting with Cindy, the treasurer at the Clearwater Horse Club. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for, it's really nice today. Thank you for taking the time to sit down with us. We can start with you just telling us a bit about yourself.
Well, I came to Fort McMurray in 1979, and we haven't left. We are thinking of leaving, but we haven't left. We became a member of the horse club in 2004, March 4th.
You remember the day?
Darn right, that was an important day. We got into horses, even though I've always wanted to be into horses because my daughter wanted a horse, and you know what daddy's little girls are like. They'll do anything for them. So we got horses, and we've been here ever since.
So you just got into horses on that March 4th when you became a member of the club in 2004?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And now you're like a seasoned pro with them, yeah?
I'll never be a pro. I've always got something to learn. Yes.
You're a rider, though, yourself?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. How many horses do you have?
Between my daughter and I, we have 5 horses.
Oh, wow. What are all their names?
We have Merlin, Prairie, Kelty, Kumro, and Prince.
Did you name them, or were they pre-named?
Prince is the only one that was pre-named.
Oh, okay.
Everybody else was named.
What was the inspiration for those names? Personality, looks, general just choice?
Well, Merlin, if he'd escaped once more, was going to be Houdini, because when we first bought him, he escaped from the paddock every chance he got for the first month.
Oh my goodness.
He got to be Merlin. And then Prairie, that's a Welch name. My daughter named him. My husband's Welch. So, yeah. And Celtic is really Celtic Dream is what she called him. And again, that's her. She got him at 5 months. And Kumro, again, that's a Welsh name, and I don't know where she came up with it. Prince came with his name. Prince has a heart on his butt from just his coloring.
Oh, that's
so he's got a heart.
Cute.
That's Prince.
That is so cute. And so for folks who don't know, what is the Clearwater Horse Club?
We're an equine facility that is self-care. So the members are responsible for looking after their own horses. That includes like any farrier, vets, things like that. They have to bring them in themselves. You're responsible for your own feed. So we arrange for hay loads, because we don't have hay here in McMurray, right? To come up from
You don't have hay?
No. All the hay, that if you see, look around, and when you walked around, there's round bales and everything. Those are hauled up from down south.
Oh my gosh. Why did I not know that? Sorry.
Okay. So we arrange as a group. Sometimes we'll have a supplier come in and he'll provide hay for various barns, right? Yeah, it's just, it's expensive.
And how did you get into your role as treasurer?
Nobody else wanted it. I don't know how. Really, again, it's an election process at the board. You put your name forward. I've done several other positions. I was fundraising director for many, many years. A lot of work to fundraising director as well. A lot of work to treasurer, but different work. But yeah.
Do you have a favorite position that you've held?
No, I can't say. There's always something, you know what I mean? Like fundraising director, there was a lot of work in coming up with new ideas to bring money into the club. When I first came on here, we did bingos and casinos. We don't qualify for those anymore. So then we have to come up with other things that will bring in income.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just kind of, and like as treasurer, I like playing with numbers. So it's a good position.
Yeah. And the club here is volunteer run, and so the members volunteer their time as well.
As one of the requirements for membership, our primary and our associates, the people that have horses, are required to do 40 hours in a year.
How do you think that adds to the community of the members that you have here at the club?
I think it brings membership together, because some of these tasks have to be worked together. Like when we do our fundraising events, like the Halloween and that, all of our members or almost all of the members are out handing out candy to the kids and everything. The same with the Halloween things. Members are out decorating their barns, and then they're out here the days of those that event and, directing the traffic and things like that. So it does bring our membership together. The new project or thing that they're going to run, the Western Days, is going to require a lot of volunteers to help run the pony rides, because we need somebody to lead the horse, somebody to walk beside the kid on the horse, then we need people to help put the kids on the horse, help take the kids off the horse.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of work to it.
All the steps.
And then, so doing those activities brings our membership together. So it's, it makes it more of a family community, right?
Absolutely.
So
even as we're walking around, I see a lot of folks on horses walking together. Well, not walking together, riding together, or walking by their horses talking. It's really nice to see. Why do you think a space like this is important to have in Fort McMurray?
Well, I know for like the youth, it gives our youth something to do. It keeps them off the streets. There's very few youth out here that get involved in bad things when they're involved with horses, right? Horses take up so much of their time. They don't have time. They don't have time for trouble, right?
Time for bad choices.
Yeah, no, they don't, right? They just, there's a lot, you know what I mean? And like I said, I think the family atmosphere helps. That it just really brings people together.
Where do you hope to see the club in, say, 5 years?
I don't know where we'll get to. It would be nice to expand. It's hard to expand because we're on leased land. So we have to get government approval to do lots of things. Yeah. So it is hard to expand.
Sorry.
But they do. But it would be nice to see, some of our things expand. We have tried getting people trained to do other programs, but it's hard up here. We're so isolated to get trained people to come. And we wanted to try and do more with the autism groups. Like right now, we run rides in the summer where the autism kids come out. This year, they're going to come out on a Monday, and the kids all get to go around the lease and they interact with the horses, but they also get to ride a horse. You know what I mean? And so we've done that now for the last 4 years, I think it is, with the autism group. We have groups come out, school groups and that come out and do tours around the facility. And a lot of times, like, we arrange for a member to be a host for them. And so they'll get to pet horses and, like you guys were allowed to give treats to. Mm-hmm. Well, the kids get to give treats to some of the horses and things like that. And we try to educate them a bit on the horses. So, it's hard though, like I said, because we're limited to expand too much.
One day though, hopefully.
Well, yeah, one day.
Have that expansion.
Would be, yeah.
And then last question, it doesn't have to be specific to the club or horses, but what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
Forget about tomorrow, move forward to today. My mom told me that always. What happened yesterday you can't change, just keep moving forward. And that's like with the club, I think it's the same thing, right? We can move forward. There's things that we can try and do.
Perfect.
Does that help?
Yes, yeah, I love that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Here we are at the Clearwater Horse Club and we are chatting with Megan, who is a board member here as well as the pasture control person. Yeah. How are you doing today?
Good, and yourself?
Awesome. I am great, thank you.
Thanks for coming here. And
thank you for having us. Yeah, you have a beautiful location and the horses are stunning. Yeah. I've never seen horses so close before.
Yeah, they're pretty magnificent animals.
Yeah, they are. Do you ride as well?
I do, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
What got you into horse riding?
Ever since I was a kid. It was just a love that I never let go, I guess. Yeah. So I moved to Alberta. I'm originally from Cape Breton. I moved to Alberta in 2002. And then I made my way to Fort McMurray in 2007. And this has been home ever since.
Aww.
Yeah. So.
And what got you directly involved, I guess, with the Clearwater Horse Club?
Well, when I first moved here, I was living in camp. So I was staying in camp, and then I would commute to see my horse down south because I didn't have a spot here or anything like that. I met Ella Rankin, who is our president now, and she brought me to the club and got me an associate membership with a lady here. So then I was able to bring my horse here instead of the commute down south all the time. And that's when I finally just stayed here.
So your position here as the pasture controller, what does that mean?
Well, I serve on the board of directors. So we have meetings and we make decisions, I guess, on like how to run things throughout the club or anything that needs to be done. We'll sit down and make a plan. And but with the pastures, so I make sure like all the fencing is good. There's no garbage out in the pastures. Everything is like good to go for the horses to be turned out. We rotate our pastures, so each week one group goes in this pasture and then the next week we rotate them so that everybody gets a turn in each of them.
So a lot of work because you have a large
There is,
space
yeah.
here. What sort of events do you have here at the Clearwater Horse Club?
So every year at the Horse Club, we have our Halloween walkthrough event. So all the barns decorate for Halloween. It's pretty cool. Some of them go like crazy decorations and they'll have like little walkthroughs and stuff for the kids to do. And each barn gives out candy. So it's like trick-or-treating, like,
that's so cute.
yeah, out in the community. We have like people will dress up their horses and the members will dress up and everything. And last year we had a hot dog sale. Yeah, and all the kids dress up, like they come in their Halloween costumes. It's enter by donation, so whatever they feel like donating when they come through the gates. And then we do our Christmas light tour, and that's a drive-through. So each barn decorates like Christmas lights, blow-ups, just totally goes all out. And we decorate all around the club. And then you can drive through. Last year we had an area where we had some horses and we had them decorated and lights on them and everything. And the kids could stop and pet them and get pictures and everything. So that's another one of our major events. And then this year we added a spring event. It's Westerner Days. And so that'll be like pony rides, bouncy castles, games for the kids, like just
so much fun.
Yeah, lots of fun.
That is
yeah.
so exciting.
Yeah. So
you mentioned that you were, you have been, a member for about 18 years. What's kept you a member?
When I first moved to Fort Mac, I had the 5-year plan. I was like, coming here for 5 years, gonna make some money. And then I'm moving south and I'm going to have a place down there. But I did fall in love with Fort McMurray. And having my horses here with me has kept me here. If that option wasn't there for me, maybe I wouldn't have stayed as long as I have. But because that is here, then I never wanted to leave.
Aww.
Yeah. And now my family, it's myself and my boyfriend. And between us, we have 4 kids. 2 dogs and 2 horses.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we make the horse club we probably spend more time here than we do at home.
I mean,
yeah.
It's a lovely place to spend your time,
yes.
Especially on a beautiful day. I
yeah.
can totally see why. Where do you hope to see the Clearwater Horse Club in, say, 5 years?
I would love to see maybe some expansion to the horse club. I really would like to see more youth programs. Right now we're a little bit limited. We try and do as much as we can, but with the horses being privately owned by each member, the programs that we do run, we do rely on the memberships, like they'll loan their horse. So, but I would like to see maybe some expansion on that. Bring more youth in. I think it's a great place for the youth.
If you could take the club anywhere in the world, where would you want to take it?
I don't think I'd move it.
Oh.
I think this is a perfect spot for it. I think Fort McMurray needs something like this. One, it eliminates the commuting for people that have horses and love horses, right? So, and Fort Mac is a very family-orientated community. Like it's a great place. So to have this here, I think it's very important for Fort McMurray.
We've definitely seen that in the folks who
Yeah.
get the opportunity to chat with.
Good.
And then last question for you. It doesn't have to be specific to the club or anything, but what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
The best piece of advice I think that I've ever received was from Ross Hansen, one of my equine mentors. And something he always used to say was never drop the trip rope. So that pertains to horses, but I think in life too. Never
and
drop
what is
the
the
trip rope.
rope?
It was when you're training young horses, like say to a wagon or something, they used to put a rope on the leg. So if the horse got running, you could just lift it a little bit so it wouldn't run away and you'd have a big wreck. So if you just keep that rope a little bit, like, in life, so you don't run away, you have a big wreck. So I think that was, it always sticks in my head. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hey everyone, here we are at the Clearwater Horse Club and we're chatting with a youth member, Megan. How are you doing today?
I'm good, how are you?
Awesome, I'm good, thank you. Super excited to be here. So we can start with you just telling us a bit about yourself.
I'm a 16-year-old member of the horse club here. I show my horse here, Earl, all across Canada in the paint circuit, and I show my other horses in the American quarter horse circuit. We've been top 10 in North America the last couple of years. Other than last year because he's been retired now, and yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
so
you.
Exciting. So how long have you been riding horses?
So I've had horses my whole life. My parents were into it long before I was born, and I've been showing probably for the last 10-ish years.
And so showing, for folks who don't know, and for myself because I don't know, showing is competing with the horse, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, gotcha. And how long have you been competing with Earl?
So we bought him in 2020 during COVID, and we've been showing ever since.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. How would you say has been your partnership with Earl?
It's been really good. It's been a lot because he can be a little stubborn, but he's really good. He's amazing at what he does, and he loves it. So
That's so wonderful. I'm just in awe of him. He's so beautiful.
thank you.
We were talking before about like how big their eyes are.
Yeah.
Super cool. Little minute detail, but very wonderful.
Right.
And he's retired now, correct?
Yes, we retired him last year because I'd bought a new horse, and I decided to show her instead. And since I bought another horse, now I'm showing both the other two.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And what are your other two horses' names?
My other two, her name is Alice, and my other one is named Benny.
How do you choose the names? Does it just speak to you, or?
They came with the names when I bought them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's so cute. And Earl the same way?
Yeah.
What do you think makes a good show horse?
Oh, it's got to be the brain is a big thing. Like, there's a lot of show horses out there that are super high energy, and you're out there lunging them. Like, that's when you have them on a really long rope, and they just run for like hours because they just have all the energy. And he's definitely not like that. So I think something that makes a good show horse is the mind and the movement, but mostly having a good partnership with the horse.
And how has your skills as the horse rider and shower, I guess, developed over your time?
A lot. Like, when I first got him, I was 10, and I was not very comfortable with showing or even really riding. The horse I'd had before had taken a lot of my confidence away. So I got him, and I got a new coach, and the combination of it all has made a major difference. Yeah.
What advice would you have for aspiring riders?
I would say ride based off feeling, not like pressure. Kind of just don't ride with feeling, not force. Because not every horse needs a lot of pressure. They generally just, it depends on the day. It depends on the horse, and you can't think they're all the same, or else you're going to get yourself back into a corner. Yeah.
How have your skills developed since first starting versus to now, where you're coming in very high in your competition?
Yes. I would say when I first started, I didn't really know how to ride with my legs. I was riding a lot with my hands, and as I was explaining earlier when I was riding, that the type of showing I do, it's how much can you not use your hands. So that's why I had a big drape on the reins, is because I was trying to not touch his face. And I didn't really understand that before I started really showing, or before I got him. So if I don't know. I think that's a big thing, is learning how to use my legs and be confident with that. Yeah.
How would you say you pair together? Like, is there anything, or is it just training over and over again, or?
I feel like not every horse and not every rider work. Like, I've rode many horses that I just, their brains are too busy, or I am too, because I can be a very nervous rider, especially when I compete, like just anxiety. And if I have a horse that feeds off that, because horses can kind of feel feelings. They're very empathetic animals. I don't know where he thinks he's trying to go. Hello. Yeah, they're
Wants
very
to show his good side.
not mine. And
Like, ask me the questions. My turn.
but yeah, they're kind of like cats and dogs, where they can kind of feel how you are, and if you're really stressed out, they get really worked up as well, and it snowballs very fast. So having a very relaxed horse definitely helps settle my nerves.
Do you get to connect with other riders and other horses as well?
Yes, for sure. I usually try and ride with some friends at least 2 to 3 times a week. Lately it's been a little busy with school, but yeah, I generally try and ride with other people and other horses all the time.
That's crazy that you can balance all of this along with school. It's probably a lot, but if it's a passion of yours, obviously you're going to pursue that.
Exactly.
And succeeding very well at it. So props
you.
to you for all your competitions.
Thanks.
Do you have like a ritual that you go through, like day of competition or night before competition?
I wouldn't say I have necessarily much for rituals. I have a lucky show number that I show under. I've showed under the same number since I got him, and I feel like that gives a lot. The stupid things like, lucky socks and nothing too particular.
Well, not stupid because they work,
Sometimes.
Superstitions, I understand.
Yeah.
Hi, would you like to share something with us, Earl? A man, a few words.
Very.
A few words. Why do you think it's important to have a space like this in Fort McMurray?
To be honest, if we didn't have something like this, I don't think I would have horses. Because when my parents moved up here, they probably wouldn't have had anywhere to have horses, so they wouldn't have brought them up here, which means I never would have gotten them either. So if I didn't have Clearwater Horse Club, I very well couldn't have horses. So, yeah.
And based on what you've been sharing, they've had a very positive impact on your life.
For sure, yeah.
Do you plan to keep competing?
Yes, I actually leave in less than a week for a show in Saskatchewan. I'll be gone for a couple weeks there, and then I show all summer long.
Wow, well, best of luck.
Thank you.
Not Earl, though, right? It's Alice and Betty that you'll be showing? Cool, so fun.
Yes.
All right, well, we will let you get back to Earl just after our last question. Yeah. What would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
Well, I'd say in the riding perspective, always add more leg. When things are going wrong when you're riding, just add more leg and see what happens, because it generally fixes things, and you can never have enough leg when you're riding. Yeah.
And I guess in life too, that kind of works.
Yeah.
Like if you're not going anywhere, add more leg.
Yeah, exactly.
Move it up. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Earl.
So fun. I've never seen a horse that close before, ever. And their eyes, you
They're
pointed
huge.
out,
I was just gonna say they're
big.
huge. It's crazy.
So crazy.
Oh, and he was so sweet.
He was.
Earl. Yes, Earl
Love
was
Earl.
amazing.
Shout out Earl.
Shout out to Earl. Shout out to Cindy and both Megans for chatting with us and showing us Earl and the amazing, I don't even know how to, club that they have going on. And the passion that they have for it as well is so amazing and inspirational. I love the community that we're seeing here in Fort McMurray. It's very touching.
Yeah, and you guys might see from some of the clips, but it's like an actual community. Like, people do live on the lot with their horses and stuff, and it's just so cute to see everything.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Check it out.